You're about to meet. It's a given that people are stressed out these days, from the economy to stress in the workplace, my friends.
Yeah, but there's a new book out called 21 Things to Create a Better Life. It has very simple, easy to follow tips that will make the most of all the little time we have for ourselves each and every day. And we have the author of this book here with us today. Todd Bottorff is with us and joining us to talk a little bit more. But this book, what a great concept.
Well, thanks, Stacey.
Yeah, this is really neat.
Well, this is time. We need it.
Yes.
Now more than ever.
Yeah. Tell me how you came up with this concept to put this book together. Is it something that you strive to do every day?
Well,
specifically?
Absolutely. And not only do I strive, sometimes not always accomplishing everything, but one thing I found that once you get into the routine of it, it's amazing how much better you feel just making a few simple changes.
And it's all second nature after a while, right?
Yeah.
Now, there are 21 things you try to do every day, but let's highlight a couple of them here, and you can tell us why this comes into play. Let's begin with hug your spouse every day.
But not just hug them, right? It's the length of time. Here's where we're getting in there, right? Isn't that the key kind of there?
That is the key. The idea is if you can hug your spouse for just over a minute a day. There was a study at University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, that realized that there were real chemical benefits to your body that reduces stress, reduces your risk of heart disease. So not only is it just a great thing to do, but it has real health benefits as well.
It's a comfort. Now, if I did that with my wife, she'd say, "What did you do?"
Yeah, but Troy, the key there is if you do it every other day, then you build a habit, and you got it.
Okay, then I can do stuff.
That's right.
Well, anyway, another one. Start your day with water. I do this. I get up every morning and I start with a glass of cool water from the refrigerator. Now,
what are the benefits of this?
Yeah.
I mean, you probably know by doing it, but what are they medically?
Well, first of all, if you think about it, that's the period of time when you're most likely to be dehydrated because you've been asleep for some period of time, hopefully 7.5, maybe 8 hours. Right. And you're also at the greatest risk of confusing, great, thanks. The risk of confusing hunger with thirst. And since water is what your body needs most, there was a study that by Yankelovich partners that determined that 75% of people are either mildly or chronically dehydrated.
Wow.
Because by the time you're thirsty, you're already dehydrated. You should be drinking before you're thirsty.
Well, you don't want to start your day like that. All right, don't pick the closest parking space.
We talked about that this morning.
Yeah, I circle a parking lot till I find a close one. Why am I a bad person?
You're not a bad person.
Everybody does it.
You just have an opportunity to do one easy thing to make yourself that much better.
Yeah.
It's the parking space is what's interesting about that is that if you park someplace twice daily, you can, in the period of a year, you would walk 35 miles.
Really?
And
think about that.
The average person in the U.S. gains a half a pound of weight a year in their middle life. This one simple thing, you can lose a pound a year by doing that. So, and there's all sorts of health benefits related to having that extra weight off, having just a little bit of exercise every day, and in addition, you don't have the stress of worrying about, okay, have I gotten the best parking space? Plus, you don't have to worry about your car being in the...
or that road rage from honking your horn when somebody pulls in front of you.
There are 21 things here. We got one more. We'll share this with you. What'd you have for breakfast this morning? Or have you had breakfast yet?
Well, what I am going to have is I'm going to have an omelet, egg white omelet, cheese, toast, some tea, iced tea.
In other words, have a nice breakfast.
Absolutely.
That's the way to start the day.
I mean, what your grandmother told you was right. It's the most important meal of the day. Yeah. And now there's scientific evidence to back the fact that Virginia Commonwealth University did a study where they had what they called the big breakfast diet. By having a big breakfast in the morning, you lost 5 times as much weight as the person who was altering their meals to the end of the day.
Well, there you go. My plan is to kill this cup of water and then eat the cup. Just to start my day.
Digest very well.
May I have one of those? Look at those.
You can. We brought you a little present this morning, Charlie, Stacey.
And it has all that has. One of your other advice is to drink tea. And so you've got some tea in here and wash your hands good ones.
21 things to create a better life. Todd Bottorff has put together a wonderful little guidebook. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of inspiration. I want to pick up a copy today. Todd, it's a pleasure to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too,
Have a great
John.
weekend. Keep that positive attitude about yourself.
Contagious.
Coming up later on Tennessee Morning's country star Rodney Atkins reveals some personal details about his child.